He did it again. Teddy Santis and New Balance have combined to give us some of the best looking general release New Balances we have ever seen. And personally, as a sneakerhead, the most difficult thing to deal with is deciding which pair you want to cop for yourself, because honestly, I want them all. We've now moved on to season 4 of this partnership, and it begins with this sneaker right here. And in this video, I'll be reviewing the New Balance 990 V4 in the gray and black colorway. So we don't, as of right now, have an official release date for these. It seems like some random retailers in Europe have gotten these early. I got them from a German retailer, BSTN. They seem to have them early, and they were retailing for a price of 240 euros. And they will be retailing in the US for 210 US dollars. And I will leave a link in the description to the New Balance website as soon as these go live. And this sneaker officially marks the beginning of season 4 of the Teddy Santis and New Balance USA partnership, and it does seem kind of quick because just last week we saw another whole round of season 3 releases. There was a V6 and V4 that dropped, and by the way, watch out for my review of the V6 pair coming later this week. And alongside this V4, there were a couple of other sneakers dropping as part of this round. We have a 998 and a 996, all dropping with pretty much an identical colorway with different combinations of grays and black. But now let's get into the shoes. Now I think the one thing that most New Balance fans can all agree on is that we love gray New Balances. You don't need to do much, keep those gray 990s coming and we will never complain. But what Teddy Santis has managed to do with this sneaker is take that tried and tested formula and put his little magic on it only the way that he can. And for me, these are one of my favorite overall sneakers to drop as part of Made in USA. And I think we can confidently say that it's certainly the best looking V4 we've seen drop as part of Made in USA. So the front half of the shoe features a light gray suede. You see that on the mudguard as well as the mid panels, and it is a very nice and soft suede, a very smooth suede, which is quite different than that other V4 we saw drop as part of Made in USA, the gray and navy pair. That one featured a much hairier gray suede, but this one here is nice and smooth. But on the heel, you get this one panel of a darker gray colored suede. And this suede is in fact a bit hairier, so you're getting a contrasting color and contrasting materials on this upper. And even though the difference in the shades of gray is very subtle, I think it looks so good on the shoe. It makes a world of difference to me and really elevates the shoe compared to normal gray 990s. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of these two shades of gray? The shoe also features black accents underneath most of the panels. The accents are also made out of suede, and it adds a really nice pop of color on the shoe, and it highlights all of the different panels of the 990 V4 and also gives the shoe almost like a salt and pepper type of colorway. You also have the N logo done in a very light gray with a black outline. You also get some more black on the heel counter of the shoe, which is made out of plastic. Well, so far everything we have talked about this sneaker is pretty standard on a New Balance 990, but one very interesting thing about the shoe that makes it quite unique is this different type of texture you see on the mesh panels of the sneaker. When I first saw pictures of the shoe, I actually thought it was corduroy, but just having this in hand, it doesn't seem to be a corduroy material. Instead, it seems to be like a thicker mesh with a very different type of knit pattern to it, which I think visually just adds a very interesting bit of texture to the sneaker, and at least visually it kind of does look like it's corduroy. The tongue of the sneaker is also done in that interesting looking mesh, and you also get your standard 990 V4 label on the tongue, which is quite different than the label you see on the V3s. I do have one slight concern with this type of color on the mesh, however, and that is if you do drop some liquids on the sneaker like wine, mustard, ketchup, something like that, it's gonna be pretty difficult to get that stain off of the shoe, so be very careful when wearing the sneaker. If anyone knows actually how to get ketchup or wine stains off of mesh sneakers, leave a comment in this video and help out your sneaker community. Another difference with the V4s is the type of laces that you get. So the laces on the V4 are definitely much thinner than what you get on the V3s. And on this sneaker, you get two different pairs of laces, white and cream. I have put the white pair on the right shoe and the cream on the left, just to give you guys that look. And for me, I definitely am leaning towards those cream laces. I think it looks amazing on the shoe. The white laces look clean as well. I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of aged looking or cream looking laces, but leave a comment comment, are you guys preferring the cream or the white laces on these? Moving down to the midsole of the sneaker, of course you get that very clean looking midsole done in a cream color. It's actually cream on the heel, and then towards the front of the midsole it's done in white, and it goes without saying looking super clean with the rest of the shoe. You also get a black outsole here, and I have to say I'm quite a big fan of how that outsole looks on the sneaker. The way it peeks through when you're looking at the shoe from the side gives you that nice little bit of contrast, and you also get that plastic plate in the middle of the outsole on the V4s. On the V3s you would get a carbon fiber plate instead. For sizing, on the V4s I think they fit really great on feet. It's a bit wider in the toe area than the V6s, for example, if that is something you're used to. As always, I like to go true to size in my V4s and pretty much all other New Balance sneakers. The only New Balance sneaker that I go a half size down in would be the 550s, but in the 990s, V3s, V4s, 5s, and 6s, also the 992s, I do prefer to go true to size in all these sneakers, and it is forever a debate when it comes to New Balance sneakers. Should you go a half size down or go true to size? I say whatever fits best for you. Go with your normal New Balance size in this sneaker and you won't be disappointed. So overall, the New Balance Made in USA 990 V4 in this gray and black colorway. I think there's an argument to be made that these might be one of the most crowd pleasing pairs we've seen drop as part of this Made in USA collection. It's probably the most wearable colorway we've seen drop so far. A simple gray, black, and clean colorway that just works so well on this model. I know New Balance sneakers are definitely on the expensive side, but when I see a colorway like this, I'm thinking, you know, I'm probably gonna get quite a lot of use out of a shoe like this, so I'm a little less worried about the price. The materials are really great as well. Yes, it's still a lot of money, but I do think that this is one of the best Teddy Santis and New Balance USA pairs we have seen so far. But of course, as always, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, what do you guys think about season 4 of the Made in USA line, starting off with this pair right here. Are you planning on copying these? Let me know, and while you're at it, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. The handle is right in the description. And if you didn't already know, I also host a podcast, the Kickback Pod, available on Spotify and Apple Music. We will be dropping a new episode finally this week. Of course, we were taking a little break in the summertime, but make sure to look out for that. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.